Hi, I'm going to show you how to make this poncho. It is a granny type of stitch and I used a J hook. This is pretty much one size fits all. I am usually a size medium, but because this is just a pullover poncho, it should really work for everybody. If you want to add more rows, you can. I'll tell you exactly how to do that as we go along in the pattern. The pattern is down below. I used 3 different colors, which was less than half of a just regular skein of yarn. So I did the first row, I did 8 rounds of the blue, which in the picture I only did 7, and then I decided in the pattern to write 8, but with the white I used 8 rounds. And then in the gray I used 8 rounds. So there is 8 times 3, there's 24. You could add more rounds. As you can tell, it goes right like a little past my hips to my hips. If you feel like you want it longer, I would suggest doing 9, 9, and then 9, which would be the 27, which would make it a little bit longer. I was somewhat thinking that I should have went a little bit longer. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to start with a slip knot onto my hook. I am doing a chain of a 92 with the J hook. Because of the way I have this pattern set up, you need to make sure that your pattern is the chain of 92. If you miss a stitch, it's not going to work out. Once you have that, then make sure your loop is straight. If it's twisted, you're going to have to start over, slip stitch into that first chain and make sure it's all the way straight, and then chain 3. That counts as your first double crochet. Then you will double crochet in each chain around, which you need to make sure is 92 altogether. And then I just make sure both of my ends meet together and make sure it's straight before I connect them, because when I did this I had started over a couple of times because I twisted it. So pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then continue on. For each chain will have a double crochet until you get to the beginning. Slip stitch in the chain 3, and then you're going to chain 4. Then you're going to skip a stitch, then double crochet in the next 3 stitches, and that chain 4 counted as a double crochet plus a chain 1. You will go back to the beginning and it will all come together. So you have your 3 double crochet, then chain 1, then skip a stitch, and then work a double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then chain 1 again. Then you'll repeat that all the way until you get to the beginning. It's just skip and double crochet in the next 3 and then chain 1, and make sure you have a chain 1 every time you are done with the 3 double crochet. You're going to end with the 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then you will slip stitch into the chain 3, because that stitch next to the chain 3 is considered a chain 1. Okay, you're going to go right into that first chain 1 and slip stitch. Then you're going to work a chain 4. This is part of the increase, so you're going to work 3 double crochet in that same space, and only part of this is finished. At the end you will finish it when you come all the way back around, and I can show you how to do that. Then you're going to chain 1. So that part that's not finished. Then you're going to go into each chain 1 space and work 3 double crochet and a chain 1. And then on the opposite side, which I'm going to show you, you're going to work your other increase. So you only have 2 increases on this entire pattern, which is creating the V part of the front and back of this poncho. So work your 3 double crochet and then chain 1. Then you're going to fold it in half, and on the opposite side in the nearest chain 1 space you're going to use your stitch marker so you know when you'll need to create the increase. It just goes directly on to the opposite side after you fold it in half from that beginning. So you're there now. Once you're there, you're going to create 3 double crochet, then you're going to chain 2 and then work 3 double crochet again, and this is on the opposite side from the beginning. You can take your stitch marker out because next time you go back to this increase here, you'll know that you'll just continue on with the increase every single time. And then after you have your 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, you'll chain 1. So chain 1 and then work 3 double crochet and chain 1 for each chain 1 space until you get right back to the beginning. So you're right back at the beginning, and you're going to make sure you work 2 double crochet every single time you're back at the beginning. Then you're going to slip stitch into the chain 3, and that chain 1 is going to count as your center, and slip stitch, and then you're just going to repeat the pattern. That's the one side. Now you have that side. You're just going to have 2 increase on both sides, and that's it. The rest is going to be the 3 double crochet, chain 1. Now after you have done your 8 rounds, you can slip stitch in a new color. So it is all done the same way for the pattern. It's just a new color. So you'll chain 4 and then work your 3 double crochet. This is all just a repeat. I'm just showing you how to do a color change after you've done the 8 rounds. I haven't done the 8 rounds in this video. I'm just showing you for the demonstration of the pattern. Then chain 1 and then work 3 double crochet and then work your chain 1. So this is just all repeat. And I would, if you want to do colors, I would do like at least 8 to 9 rounds for each color. Now you're back at the increase on the other side of the beginning, and right before you get to the increase, make sure you work your 3 double crochet and then chain 1. Then make sure you work in the increase 3 double crochet, then chain 2, and then work 3 double crochet again. And then make sure you chain 1 and then work 3 double crochet, and then chain 1. Okay, so now you're back at the beginning, and all you're going to do is work your 2 double crochet again, and then you're going to slip stitch into that chain 3. This is just all repeat. And then you'll have your poncho complete. You'll weave in all your ends and fasten them off, and just continue on for 20. You can do 24 rounds, or you could do 27 rounds. So this is just all repeats of the pattern. It's just repeating of, I think this is row 4 is done all the same until you're done at the end. Okay? Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's complete. I'm going to take about 8 to 9 inches of 4 strands of yarn, and then in each chain 1 space and in the chain 2 increase space, I'm going to just loop it through just like this, and then pull through the loop all of the strands and make a little tassel. And this is how you make the tassels for each, if you want to make them, for each chain space. This is what this poncho looks like when it's all finished. Turned out really nice. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you for watching.